Hi, everybody. I'm really inspired to read for the collective today. So I'd like to do that by doing a situational read, just a real quick one on my phone today. I'm just feeling that there's so much energy going on and we really need to come together and find out what our strengths are here and what can be improved or what to expect. So this is a situational for the collective. This is for all signs. Just generally speaking for your life, take what resonates, leave the rest. So on the third shuffle, one, we'll have a message for the collective. Please God, clear, concise messages. Thank you. Amen. 2, 3. So what does the collective need to know? What do we need to know the most right now? Let's get the situation for the collective. What's the heartbeat of the collective? 6 of Swords showing up. So we have some mental energy here, possibly communication coming in, or you can expect, or you're making. This is either something going on in your own head, like what you're thinking about saying, but you're definitely looking for guidance or taking guidance or guiding yourself onto calmer waters, as it were here. You really can look toward peace and stability coming up, especially mentally speaking. All right, so what are you thinking about the current situation? Your thoughts about the current situation? Six of Swords is a really peaceful card, and but it's also on the move. Wow, interesting to see that come out on top. So we have thoughts about the situation. The situation will always be the 6 of Swords for this reading. And the thoughts about it are some really deep feelings. You could be dealing with some 8th house energy here as well. Sex, death, and rebirth. But some maybe even hidden depths around feelings and emotions. You could be unaware of these or just becoming aware of them because they're so deep. If this is a love reading for you, or again, take the message however you see fit. It is a collective message. So whatever you're going through currently is what it's supposed to be helping with. So we have some really deep emotions. We have some very fast moving energy here. Someone about to share or wanting to share, maybe hiding some, drafting something to write or to say, planning something to say, and not being able to say it here. Then we have a total collapse. We have a total overkill. We are dealing again with Swords energy. Swords is the situation, the 6 of Swords, as we know. So it really does start in the mind. So there's a sense of here, it could be the ending of something, the total collapse of an idea, maybe too much chitter chatter conversation, too much input from either, say, experts, right? You are dealing with some sort of guidance here. That's why you're guiding yourself, or, expecting guidance on your way to smoother waters or to a clearer head. So your thoughts about it are that you definitely have to put something totally behind you. You have to let this 10 of Swords completely go. This Lover's card, we have the 6, right? The Lover's card, we're looking at some Gemini energy here. The first major arcana of your reading, but again, it's air energy. So it's still Swords energy, right? In terms of the element. And you have a coupling here. You have a decision. This is usually divine guidance, right? This is usually in terms of partnership of any kind, but a major decision here, guys. But about being divinely guided, feeling good about that. Next to it, you have the King of Pentacles. You have some opposite energy here. You have 2 kings. Business opportunities, very good business prospects here. But also you have Taurus here represented in the King of Pentacles, and you have Scorpio back there represented. So you have some opposite energy. You have some Taurus, something having to do with beginnings and endings. Wills and estates could be important here for you. Property investments could be extremely important here for you, but certainly emotional stability is available here for you. And then you have the Ace of Wands. Pretty sexy energy no matter how you slice it here. But here with this decision, with this situation, rather, the Six of Swords, and then this decision here with the Lovers, this is a passionate new beginning. So your thoughts about moving forward here, your thoughts about the situation being the Six of Swords is very deep, and it's very business and long-term orientated. You could be having to make a very sincere decision about something that's long-lasting, has to do with business. Could be, if it is a love interest, for example, could have to do with, you know, combining resources. Could be another element of a decision here as well, and putting something completely to rest. You're just going to make up your mind. You have some fixed energy here, and you're just going to move forward with a very, again, I would say sexy, or, life affirming, or very positive, even spiritual energy here, but, certainly life affirming and, just very positive and enjoyable. There could be a sense of being able to work for yourself here as well, or to carry yourself, through some tough times, hard waters, troubled waters, and then really being able to release yourself. Coming to your own aid would be something to be really proud of right here as well, in terms of, moving on from something that was troubling or upsetting. So here's how you feel about the current situation, being the Six of Swords. Feelings about the current situation. Feelings about the current situation. Wow. Okay. So your feelings about moving on from this, even though in your thought space, which is lovely, right? But, even in your thought space, you've got something figured out. You've got a lot of prosperity coming your way. You are thinking, I would say, overall, really positively about this. In your feelings about something, you have some apprehension here over, an old loss. You could be crying over spilled milk, could be another way to frame this as well. But self-imposed limitations, or being too close to a problem, could be the actual problem. But being in your heart space, how you feel about this current situation is really going to be important. So I would say to the collective today, be aware of not only what you're thinking, but how it's making you feel. Because you want to get out of this energy, and we're going to go into our final outcome, or our most probable outcome card here in a moment. But the Eight of Swords, as I said, is just this sense of self-imposed limitations, being too close to something. Here with the Ten of Swords, it's overkill, but the Eight of Swords is a sense of like self-entrapment. Here, again, more swords energy, right? So you can move on from this. You could even, I would even say here, guys, because the situation is a Six of Swords, in your heart space, or, in your feelings about something that you're going to make a very severe decision around here, that's, quite stable, and probably fixed here, is more apprehension, because you feel maybe that you're not ready for this healing, for this moving on, for this next level, for this, exciting change here, right? So, you could be apprehensive, holding on to the past here too. Five of Cups, I'm just reading as, I consider this old regret. I don't even consider the Five of Cups to be necessarily a current regret. It could be, but these together is just a space where you could even just be like having a little pity party, or not looking at the overall benefits of being able to move away from something. So, and accepting something through making a big decision here. So let's get the most probable outcome for you. Most probable outcome for this situation for the collective. Nice. I just see the Eight of Wands coming out. Look at this. Wow. So speaking your truth. So we have the most probable outcome here. We're going to do the bottom and the top of the deck cards here as well in a moment. Most probable outcome. Look, we have the Knight of Cups, Nine of Wands, 4, and then the Eight of Wands. So we have a lot of action energy. Something's going to take off here. We see the Wands back here, this Ace. So yeah, getting out of your own way, taking physical steps here, taking physical moves, expecting passionate communication here. Regarding maybe a dream. If this is a love reading for you, this could be the message that you really want, in terms of, someone wanting to get close to you, someone wanting to fulfill something around a wish, around within a home, or about a home situation. Remember, we do have property and possible, I would say, you know, the merging of money or the merging of values or valuables here. So there could be a sense of moving here as well, just because you have the fast movement here, and then you have the Six of Swords being, you know, actual travel. So the Nine of Wands is sticking out because the rest of the cards here with the most probable outcome are so fresh, right? They're sweet, they're delicate, and passionate. But the Knight of Wands is this wounded soldier. There's this sense of like pushing yourself, forcing yourself through something. So someone who this could be you here. This is Pisces energy. But if this isn't you, it's someone in your environment, your periphery regarding the situation, right? Which is always going to be the Six of Swords in this reading, today. But there's a sense of, you know, maybe maybe fantasizing about it and letting it happen. Maybe just letting something coming in and stopping the worry, letting this Ace of Wands take on its new life, like letting it be fun and passionate and romantic, right? It doesn't have to be, you'll notice there's actually one pentacle in your entire reading. So it's like, it doesn't have to be all about practical. It can just be about being, confident and being full of life and allowing that sense of romanticism back into your life, because that lends us beauty, right? That brings us beauty. So the bottom three cards on the deck, we have the Nine of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Strength card. Yeah, I mean, the bottom of the deck cards being these, I do see that someone's just holding back from, you know, this sense of heartache, the sense of what if this happens again? We can really feel it here, right? We can really feel like, what if you make a leap into something new here? For example, you could even have two older men coming in for your attention or be interested in them, or, you know, could be working together, whatever that means for you. And then there's a younger man down here who you could be wanting to hear from. We do have two knights here as well. I want to mention that could be worth looking at. Two knights are friends from the past. So it could be that you're waiting for a message, or you'd like a message, but you're getting them from someone else right now. Or there could be some competition that someone needs to let go of. But I think the Three of Swords here at the bottom of the deck are really just going to speak to old hurts, old pain. Please don't expect the worst here. I would say get out of your head and you know, be strong, tame those inner messages so that they don't come and haunt you or rob you of positive things that are really coming in for you. Because as you see here, we have the top of the deck. I just pulled the three cards. We have the Seven of Swords, Page of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. Now we have two tens. So there is a total ending here. This is nice to see as well. Hopefully there's an ending to this sort of, you know, deception, sense of betrayal around the Seven of Swords, trying to get away with something, trickery. Hopefully that's not going to be someone's MO anymore, yours or someone else's. And then we have now a page coming in. So some good news, positive message, but just make sure if you're dealing with a younger fire sign that, you are really perhaps watching your back, or you could be warning someone else right now in business or in a relationship. You know, just, I would be careful about what you hear. Make sure that things are adding up in the real world and are practical. Like I say, we only have one pentacle card out of your whole reading. So something here may not be entirely practical, but it is for someone, or it could be, or in the thought process, there could be a practical, a very positive, very real and financially abundant possibility here, right? As in a new beginning. So just make sure that you have all your facts here. Make sure that you or someone else isn't talking behind someone's back, I would say as well. And there could just be some effort. Just make sure you're getting the right information and you're not being inundated with too much information here as well. So that was the bottom three cards. So as you can see here, the top and the bottom is the Strength, right? So this is Leo energy. And then you have that Seven of Swords, that tricky little guy. That's just, there's something dirty about that, right? So just make sure that you're holding back if you're emotional about something, or you want to take, say, a gamble or a risk here. I would just hold back a tiny bit here, guys, until you get a little bit more information. It is going to affect your home. It is going to affect your feelings. Try to take a bird's eye view, maybe an eagle eye view of something here as well, instead of being too close to something, or letting the past impact you too greatly here as well. You want to be aware of lessons, but not let something hold you up, or like that we saw earlier with that Three of Swords, make you feel like you can't deal with whatever's going to happen after you make a decision.